Is a public figure who has managed to bag several awards for her talk show and as a comedian. Well, as friendly and comical as she may seem to many people, she has managed to pick up a few enemies along the way. Today we count 10 stars who supposedly cannot stand Ellen. Eerie, right? Make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Let's get it going. 10. Eric Trump. The feud between DeGeneres and young Trump can be termed as being political. Ellen's opinion on President Trump is well known. Donald Trump has views that anger many people, including Ellen DeGeneres. He has been very outspoken about the LGBT community, and needless to say, he is not a big fan of the community. Not many people dare to call him out publicly, but Ellen certainly does. Naturally, if a father is attacked and the son is fond of the father, the son will turn on the attacker. This seems to be the case with Eric Trump. The president's son accused Ellen of being part of a state conspiracy. In a tweet he made, he implied that among the people he would like to follow are Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and Ellen DeGeneres. As much as Ellen was furious about the accusations, she tried to be modest about it, but in a sarcastic way. She said she is honored that Eric thought she was too powerful to be part of a state conspiracy. She also threw in a little more humor, acknowledging how much of an honor it was being mentioned where Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton were mentioned. Ellen is openly gay and married to American model and actress Portia de Rossi. She is also an activist when it comes to gay marriages, so you would expect her to probably get along with other celebrities in the LGBT community, right? Wrong. 9. Caitlyn Jenner. It's easy to imagine that Caitlyn would get along with Ellen because Caitlyn is transgender. That is not exactly the case. Caitlyn claims that Ellen alienated her from the LGBT community. It should be noted that Caitlyn, 67, might have some traditional views up her sleeves. She was furious about Ellen's reaction when she said that she was not entirely on board when it comes to gay marriages. In all honesty though, Caitlyn has done other things that have alienated her from the LGBT community. She openly supported Ted Cruz and Donald Trump, people who do not have friendly opinions about LGBT. These had nothing to do with Ellen. This is not how people show approval and acceptance in communities they claim to belong to. Caitlyn went ahead and stated in her book that Ellen had hurt her feelings. It is not clear what transpired later on, but the one thing which is clear is that these two will not be warming up to each other anytime soon. Put two bulls in an enclosed place and they will fight. Put two comedians in one place and they will quarrel and end up hating each other. I know hate is a strong word, but it sort of suits the next situation. 8. Kathy Griffin. This is yet another person who should be on the list of people who get along with Ellen DeGeneres, considering she is a comedian too. These two had a fallout after the death of Joan Rivers. Ellen always thought that Joan's comedy was mean and not funny. A lot of other celebrities thought so too, but others who never took things to heart appreciated her style of comedy. Rivers told Griffin how she was shunned by DeGeneres a couple of times. Things went south when Kathy suggested that Ellen should do a tribute to Joan Rivers. Ellen adamantly refused, and this resulted in a fight between the two. Kathy admits calling Ellen very uncomfortable names. She later called Ellen and compared the situation to a cat fight seen in Dynasty between Crystal and Alexis. Fans of the TV show Dynasty are definitely in the loop about how these two women never got along. Kathy also later claims that Ellen had her kicked out of the dressing room during the Emmy Awards show. It was very mean. She probably deserved that for calling Ellen an untalented hack. Ellen has, however, been silent about this particular feud. We are often left in situations where we have to choose between two friends who have fallen apart. The most common is when a couple who are your friends divorce. Who do you choose? Ellen was left in a similar situation, but she made the wrong moves and lost a friend. 7. Kelly Ripa. It's common knowledge that Kelly Ripa and Michael Strachan had a falling out. When two people who loved each other get into a fight, it is difficult to pick a side, especially if one knows the two people. Ellen herself got in the middle of this by having Strachan on her show. It is not clear what Ellen's intentions were for having Strachan on the show. There was, however, nothing to stir up bad blood from the episode, but Kelly felt betrayed. She was disappointed that her friend had hosted her enemy on her show. Ellen later realized how much this gesture irritated Ripa and tried to apologize, saying that it was a simple mistake. It was hard for people to accept that it was just a simple mistake. There must have been a hidden agenda. Kelly did not think that it was just a small mistake, and she has never come out publicly to accept the apology, so we're safe to assume that she cannot stand Ellen anymore. Not only did Ellen have a feud with the next celebrity, she still held on to the grudge even after her death. 6. Joan Rivers. This is one celebrity that managed to make quite some enemies because of her style of comedy, including Ellen. Many people enjoy being roasted, and Joan Rivers did a lot of roasting. Some people prefer calling it the bitter truth. Ellen DeGeneres, who has always had comments on people being mean, had an opinion about her. She said there was a difference between being funny and being rude. We all know which side of the coin Joan fell on, according to Ellen. Kathy admitted that part of her falling out with Ellen was because of Joan Rivers. She was mad when Ellen refused to do a tribute to Joan. The next crazy feud has been going on for ages, and it broke the hearts of many fans. 5. Drew Barrymore. The feud between Ellen and Barrymore roots from the show First Dates. Ellen was under the impression that since she was older and more experienced, she should take the limelight. Drew, however, disagreed and felt that she deserved to take the lead. She believed that most viewers were tuned in because of her. This misunderstanding resulted in a lot of backstage drama, and eventually the show was canceled. There was no second season. It was so evident that these two actresses did not get along on set. This was quite disappointing because the show was relatable with regards to the awkwardness of a first date. Ellen might be a gay activist, but not everyone in the LGBT community celebrates her. And if she doesn't watch her mouth, she might garner a whole train of haters. 4. Liza Minnelli. And made a joke suggesting that Liza Minnelli was a drag queen. During an Oscar, she said, "Hello to the best Liza Minnelli impersonator I've ever seen. Good job, sir." Everything was going on well until she said, "sir." It was meant to be a joke, but it backfired in her face. Liza did not find it funny. People would have easily let it slide and assumed that it was okay since they were friends. However, Minnelli's reaction said otherwise. She did handle it like the professional she is, but deep down we can't help but wonder what she thinks of Ellen to date. For a person who is so outspoken about LGBT rights, that was a rather mean comment to make. Many people accused her on social media and said she was transphobic. Of course, there were others who shared a different opinion. Liza admitted in her interviews that the statement was a bit piercing, although she acknowledged that Ellen probably meant no harm. There is probably nothing much to it after that time, but such words can wound for a very long time. Could be her overly kind nature that makes some celebrities hate her secretly. I mean, we have all heard the rumors that nice queen to the public is not so forthcoming to her staff. Well, while most people tend to keep their opinions about her private or in rumored gossip around Hollywood, some are ready to proclaim their dislike for the TV star. Here's one more shocking revelation. 3. Piers Morgan. Sometimes people post things on social media or say things without actually meaning them. Then the whole universe descends on them. Ellen DeGeneres, it was Piers Morgan that led people to attack her. During Katy Perry's birthday, Ellen posted, "Happy birthday" at Katy Perry. It's time to bring out the big balloons. Also, she posted a picture looking at Katy's boobs. Many, this was a clear indication of how people preach water and drink wine. They were right about this. If a man had posted the same thing, Ellen would be on the front line calling him sexist. Piers Morgan did not let it slide. He called Ellen sexist, and she said she had double standards. For those who defended Ellen, saying that, according to context, she was wishing a friend a happy birthday and included a joke. The fact that Piers Morgan attacked Ellen in another instance suggests that he has a problem with her. He accused Ellen of being a hypocrite when she said the Academy should allow Kevin Hart to host the Oscars. Morgan's problem was not Kevin Hart hosting the Oscars, but Ellen supporting him after Hart's anti-gay remarks. He also stated that Ellen would have been furious if it was Trump and not Hart. This, of course, did not not go so well with the public, and he was bashed by people for comparing a comedian to the president of a free nation. This was not the last of it. Morgan attacked Ellen again on Twitter after she posted a topless man, Chris Hemsworth, saying Ellen drooling over men's bodies is hypocritical, yet he had been abused for complimenting Holly's legs. This later escalated into a feud with Ariana Grande when she posted in defense of Ellen, Little Mix, herself, and every other successful woman Morgan has trolled. By now, it's clear that not everyone loves the popular show host. Every other day, more and more people get added onto this list. Here's one more celebrity who not only dislikes Ellen, but also went on to preach against her and the whole LGBT community. 2. Kim Burrell. Kim Burrell is a gospel singer and a pastor. Religion has views when it comes to homosexuality. She was supposed to appear on Ellen's talk show, but Ellen canceled it after her remarks about homosexuality during a sermon. She said, "To every person that is dealing with the homosexual spirit that has it, I love you because God loves you. But God hates the sin in you and me, anything that is against the nature of God. Called to do what God called me to do, and that's it. I do it with passion." She also stated in the sermon that gays are perverted. This was a sermon a few days before she was to appear on Ellen's show to sing a duet with Pharrell Williams. It is not clear what message she was passing, but Ellen felt offended and canceled her appearance on the show. Ellen does not look like the one to denounce her homosexuality, and Burrell will not condemn the grounds of her religion. Needless to say, they will not be sitting down on the same platform anytime soon. No one likes competition. Ellen loves her throne as the queen of TV shows and is ready to do anything, including ruffle up with other people's shoulders to protect it. She ruffled up the wrong woman. I saved the best for last, but first I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. So if you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it. It really works. 1. Wendy Williams. Considering that Ellen and Wendy both host talk shows, it would be normal to have a bit of rating rivalry, but this does not seem to be the case with these two women. Their feud seems to go beyond being in the same business. Ellen flourished in her season until Wendy showed up and took part of the spotlight. This did not stop Ellen from hosting Wendy on her show. She has always suggested that Wendy is mean and took a chance to tell her on the show. Of course, this did not seem to sit well with either Wendy or her fans. Wendy is known to be outspoken, and her fans love her for that. The second time she appeared on Ellen's show, the awkwardness of the situation was apparent. These two women do not see eye to eye. Ellen's colleagues and staff members are probably not celebrities, but these people have stated how Ellen can be outright mean behind the scenes. Well, everyone has to attract a bit of hate once in a while. Thanks for watching, and have an excellent day.